Welcome to the second episode of this 4-part series about World at War Verruckt, speedrunning and iRounding. Last episode was about 30 SR, so if you didn't watch it yet, go watch it now before watching this video. I will leave a link to it in the description. This video was supposed to cover 50, 70 and 100 SR, but there's so much to say about 50 SR that I decided to make it its own video. So without further ado, let's get into it. World at War Verruckt's 50 SR was without a doubt one of the least optimized speedrun in all of COD Zombies before I came along. I mean, look at this leaderboard. My world record is a whole 2 minutes ahead of the former world record, which was world record for years, and the former world record is itself a minute ahead of third place, which was achieved a few weeks ago. The reason why 50 SR was so unoptimized for so long is because most people play for I rounds, and basically everyone that plays for I rounds plays on jug side, which is slower than QR side, but safer. Most people think I rounding on QR side is just too risky to be viable, but I don't think that's the case. But I'll keep this talk for the fourth episode that's gonna be about I rounding. Some people recently started attempting I-rounds on QR side, but they play their early game safe and slow, which makes for slow speedrun times. The reason why most I-rounders don't really try and play fast on this map is because it is one of the very few maps that still to this day nobody achieved the reset yet on the map, so people don't really need to play fast to get I-round world record yet. Anyway, back to 50 SR. I discovered how to play the 30s and 40s as optimized as possible. So much so that I can safely say that anyone watching this video can get top 2 on ZWR easily. I mean, when I was doing some I-rounds and 100 SR attempts on the map, I was able to get sub 45-50 SR on 30 times as slow as a high 28. I am able to beat the former 50 SR world record, which standed for years, with a 30 pace that is almost a minute and a half slower than the former world record 30 pace. So yeah, before I came along, 50 SR was awfully unoptimized, and today I will teach you how to play 50 SR as optimized as possible. First of all, let's talk about stock zombies. Understanding how stock zombies work is essential to play as fast as possible on this map. They are what's going to cost you the most amount of time when going for 50 SR and beyond. They can pretty much kill your run. So what is a stock zombie? For people unfamiliar with the map, you might say, oh, must be a rare bug or something. Well, no, not at all. It happens every single round. In rare cases, you can get a round without a single stuck zombie, but that is very rare. A stuck zombie is a zombie behind a window that's just not moving. It's just stuck there. Stuck on what? We shall never know. I guess they have a sudden lack of confidence in their abilities to climb through a window or something. So, stuck zombies follow a set of rules for some reason. Rule number 1. Zombies will never get stuck behind a window that was barricaded. That can be useful to prevent surprises from specific windows. Rule number 2. Stuck zombies will only get unstuck once a zombie is killed, but that's not really consistent. A better way to explain it will be every time a zombie is killed, all of the stuck zombies have a high chance of getting unstuck. And rule number 3. Verruckt zombies don't follow no rules. What the fuck do you think? They don't give a single fuck about rules. They do whatever the fuck they want. They go through barricaded windows. They kill you in one hit just because they felt like it. They stay stuck forever. All kind of fucking bullshit. So yeah, anyway. The first 2 rules are true though. But because it's not 100% guaranteed that they will get unstuck after a kill, sometimes the zombie will get unstuck after like the second to last zombie is killed, so it'll make for a very slow round. And even worse, sometimes a stuck zombie will just not get unstuck at all, in which case you have to go over there and kill him with ray gun, or if you're on a higher round, with the flamethrower, which will make for a very slow round and you don't really have any control over it. So that's the part that sucks a bit about Verruckt SR, but that's more a problem for 70 and 100 SR. So let's get to the actual strat now. So the fastest way to play past 30 is still to camp on the balcony. Basically you need to activate the trap as soon as possible, because the sooner you kill zombies, the sooner stuck zombies will unstuck themselves. so the faster your round will be. Let's go over different scenarios where the trap is ready earlier or later. By the way, you should already have Nade stun yourself somewhere in the first 30 rounds. I usually do it when I start camping on the balcony. It is essential because, as you'll see on screen, it cancels the stun from going through the trap. Alright, so let's go over the first scenario. First of all, at pretty much every round transition, you go put down your Bettys in the Betty stack, and then you rebuild the balcony window leading to court. That's what you do every transition until you stop forcing drops, which we'll talk about later. So the first scenario is when the trap is ready as soon as the round starts. This situation can happen after you got a nuke, an insta kill, or that you forced a drop so you didn't have to use the trap the round before. In that case, you can do the fastest strat possible, which is to activate the trap around 6 seconds of round time and play on the balcony just like the 20s. The only difference I do is not shoot delayed zombies in court in order to spare ammo.
Needless to say, you can only do this when you have ray gun ammo, because you need them to kill the zombies on the balcony, and you might have a few zombies to kill after the trap is done running. If you have this situation in the 40s when you ran out of ray gun ammo, here's the fastest way to play when the trap is ready right away. Alright, so for the next examples, I'll try to do less scripted, just talk over the footage and explain what's going on. So here in this example, I place down Bettys and I go by Thompson ammo, so I don't have time to like rebuild the broken wall window or the court window much. But in this example, you absolutely have to rebuild the window here, the court window. You have to at least rebuild it a little bit, at the very least. So I put down a few barricades here before the zombie arrive. Now here you don't want to activate the trap too early because you don't have ray gun ammo. So you want to activate it like as the earliest you can activate it is like 12 seconds of round time. But you can activate it a bit later. Like here I got a lot of zombies, so I have to like avoid them, go around this one, and so I activate it a bit later in 12 seconds. So I activate the trap, and here you can like rebuild the window here to be safe, in case like there's zombies coming from the other window from the balcony that could cut you off. But here I'm at 19 seconds of round time, so the zombies are pretty much all spawned in. They're actually all spawned in, actually. So I know I'm fine. So I'll just let them through and kill them with a Thompson, because I know I won't get like any more. So that's my reasoning behind it. And the last zombie comes through here and I go place on my Bettys. So that's a great example of how you can play around when you don't have when you're out of ray gun ammo, and that the trap is ready right away. Alright, so for this next example is gonna be when the trap is gonna be a bit late. So here I still do my Betty stack and then I go rebuild the barricade, the court window, sorry. And so here, like I have like 10 seconds to go. So here, so that's very important what I just did there. That little like cutback thing is actually very important. Sorry, the footage is like fuck. So here you start by like going in this direction, then looping back like this, and that will get like pretty much like all the first zombies that's gonna be coming at you from the broken wall window and the balcony are gonna be like very well set up, like as you can see. And now I have a clear path. So when you're here, you actually want to look out for the zombies that are coming from over there, that can potentially cut you off, and the one from the broken wall window. So these are the one you have to look for. So here I can cut in early. Then I go back around, and here, every time you're here, you check for 3 spots. So, are there any zombies coming from the stairs that can cut me off? If there is, do I have time to cut in right away, or do I have to go and do the loop around the stairs? So that's the first thing. And then you also check for the zombies coming from the balcony from either one of these doors that could potentially cut you off. Like 99% of the time you can just go around them. You just have to be aware that they're there. And so here the trap is ready, so I just go in. So here there's a few zombies coming through. So here I check back. That's very important. You check back if there's not still zombies coming through this window that can fuck you up. You can still survive if there is, you just need to be aware of it. So I look back and there's no zombies, so I'm fine. So here, there's a lot to uncover here. So I check back, no zombies, I'm fine. So here I do this little loop. I check, so a bunch of zombies I can't go through yet. Still barricades, so I'll just loop back like this and do it again. It's still not okay, so here I check and now I can go, and kind of have to go anyway because these two zombies are coming in. But yeah, so that's what you do, and then I just kill the last two zombies and go place down my buddies. So that's a great example, because sometimes when you like activate the trap, like here I activate the trap, but I don't activate it right away. I kind of stall a little bit before I activate it, so the zombies have time to go through the trap without actually dying. So you have to be very, very careful about that. But as you can see, you can still manage. You can still very well manage it. So yeah. Alright, so let's watch another example of like the trap being ready a bit later. So here I placed all my baddies, rebuild the court window. And here, as you can see, I see zombies coming from this direction, which is why I won't do the little cutback thing like the first time, like the first example. I instead like will stall here and do the whole loop around with the idea of them coming in, and then I can go around them and then do the loop around the stairs. But they actually like kind of they're being weird. So they're actually being fucking weird, and they're gonna probably cut me off, so I have to actually cut back here like this. And yeah, so that's something that you have to keep in mind. That's always something you can do. Like here you can go around here, like it's too risky. You can like do a little cut back here, so you can keep that in mind. That's always something that's possible for you to do to save yourself. So I stall a bit, I check, there's a zombie, I don't risk it, I go back. I decide to just not even try it. Just wait and go when the zombies are done, but there's actually one more. And there it is. Now here I'll try and enforce a drop. So I have like probably like 12 to 14 baddies, so I know I can force. So here I try to go rebuild a broken wall window as well as the court window, because that's very nice to do when you try to force. If you can manage to rebuild the court window and the broken wall window, it's very nice. But no, I didn't manage to do it, so I have to train. So it's very hard. Like as you can see, there's a lot of it's not an easy strategy. You have to get used to it. You have to practice and practice. When I was doing this at the beginning, when I was trying to figure this shit out, I kept dying and dying over and over again. But the first time I managed to do a 50 SR with this, it was 45:03, which was world record by 2 seconds. Like my first 50 SR doing this. So it is risky. You have to like get used to it. You have to learn it, get the experience. But once you get used to it, like it's very consistent, and I basically never die in the 30s and 40s anymore. It's very fast. So here I managed to like So now 17 seconds, they pretty much all spawned in, so I decide to go for it. Go speed cola, and then I cut back in here, and I force drop like this. So I got a max ammo for my ray gun. Then you could try to end around with the ray gun in that case. Try to get another drop potentially. Here I cut back because I was gonna get... Zombies were gonna cut me off. And I don't get another drop. And here you don't want to force another drop. Like do another stack. Like at 38, that's late enough. Like Betties suck on Verruckt, on wall Verruckt. They absolutely suck ass. So past 38, like past 35 even. Like if you're currently building a stack, that's fine. But like past 35, after forcing, like you don't do another Betty stack. I really don't think it's worth it. Alright, so here's an example of like the trap being very late. I killed the zombie, the trap's still running. We're past 40 now, so we can just do the normal iron strat pretty much here. So the iron strat is you rebuild this. I put 3 barricades on the broken wall window after fully rebuilding the court window. So you don't do the Betty stack anymore in here. So instead of like going to place Betties, you just fully rebuild the court window and then go put 3 barricades at the broken wall window here. And then around 6-7 seconds you actually go and do this little cutback like this, and then you do your loop around the stairs. So here you check 2 things. You check if the zombies from the broken wall window are done going through. Here they're done, so I know I'm good. And you check the court window. If the zombies are coming through, so they're not coming through here, so I'm good to go. I'm good to do the loop around safely. Otherwise, if you see that you're gonna get cut off from either side, you have to go to speed cola, but that's not the case here. So here I decide to go to the straight. I decide to go to the corridor, which is in my opinion the best thing. But you need to save your stamina. As you can see here, I stopped running. And then I fully run here. Because if you get an ultra runner, you could get cut off. So you need to save your stamina. You need to manage your stamina well, not get cut off. And then I do a little cut back in front of the stairs and activate the trap. The reason I did that is because I knew the trap was going to be ready very soon, so I just do a little cut back in front of the trap, and then it's gonna be ready. And I have ray gun ammo, so I just kill those guys with the ray gun, and there it is. Alright, so let's watch this one as well. So this one, the trap's gonna be very late again, so we have to do a loop around. So here I decide to not do the loop around right away. I see there's a lot of zombies, I don't know. I just decide to do a little loop before. That's very good to do in the 30s, because in the 30s the spawn rate is still a bit slow, so you have to like stall a bit more here before you go around, so to be sure to not get cut off while doing the loop around the stairs. So that's actually very good to do in the 30s sometimes. So yeah, you can like do a little loop around before, like here, a little cutback before you go like do the loop around the stairs. And here I go straight in the corridor and do the little cutback because I know the trap's gonna be ready. If the trap wasn't gonna be ready yet, you just do another loop around the stairs and come activate the trap. Alright, so let's watch this example as well. Another example of the traps being ready like very late. So I rebuild the window as usual. I do the iron strat. Getting a lot of zombies here. So here I had to like stall a little bit. So as you can see, I got a bunch of zombies coming through. So here I have to stall. I jump here. I've noticed that you get less like hugged. You get less grabbed when you do this. So I do this, and then I stall a little bit to be able to go around. And so here, instead of going straight into the corridor, I go through the small door, and here you have to walk and then run all the way to the big door to be sure not to get cut off. And so here the trap's not gonna be ready right away. So instead of cutting back to the trap switch right away, I just do another loop around the stairs and go activate the trap. Sometimes you get a zombie that comes through like this, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it will die to the trap. Otherwise, if you have ray gun ammo, you can kill him. If you don't have ray gun ammo, you wait for the zombies to all have died from the trap, and then you go through the trap to kill the zombie that got through. Alright, so here's another interesting example of trap being very late again. So just do the iron strat as per usual. So I go around here, and here you can notice I stall a lot. So the reason for that is that, as you can see, the zombies are taking a while to get out of the broken wall window. So here I check, and they're only just getting out of the broken wall window, which means like here you could go to speed cola. That would be a great example of like going to speed cola. Like here, if you want to be safe, you go to speed cola. But here, with my experience, I know that if I stall a lot and go through the small door, I'm gonna be fine. So I just stall it a lot, go through the window, and then I run to there. If you don't stall enough here, they're gonna cut you off. They're gonna pad to the big door and cut you off from there, and you're gonna get fucked. And here the trap is almost ready, so I just do a little cutback. Here I stall a lot because there's a lot of zombies coming through. And yeah, I activate the trap. And actually I have ray gun. Ooh. See, I didn't. In the earlier example, I said like when there's zombies, you always check for late zombies from this window. And I didn't do that here. And that's almost fucked me up there. Right, so I killed the last zombies with my ray gun. And yeah. Alright, so one more example for the trap being very late. When you see you got a bunch of zombies in the broken wall window here, you know like they're not gonna be late. Like here, they're already all out. So. But here I'm watching here because they're almost done going through. So I go in the corridor here. I go straight in the corridor. So where I do another, I do a cutback because I'm fucking crazy. Like here, that was I was risking it all for the biscuit, trying to go for like world record. But here, honestly, do the loop around. Like that wasn't safe. But I decided to cut back, and I get it. And here is a very rare example of no stuck zombies at all. So the round was very fast, 31 seconds, because there was no stuck zombies. So they were all there and they all died right away to the trap. That's very rare. Alright, so here I get an insta. So here's the fastest way to play with instas. So I wait a little bit to be sure that I have my insta to kill all the zombies of the round. And then I go here in the middle of the stairs. That's the best way to have an angle at both the zombies on top and the zombies from court. To like have an angle at all of them and finish the round as quickly as possible. As you can see, 28. Pretty good. Alright, so here's a great example of when the trap is ready right away and you have ray gun ammo. So that was that's a great example, so I'll showcase it. So 6 seconds of round time, activate the trap. I rebuild the window. Here I rebuild the court window as much as possible and just kill these zombies with ray gun. Here I stop rebuilding the window because I'm gonna let them through. And because the zombies are done spawning, and so I will stall here. And then when I decide to go for it, you have to really run. Never stop running here. Because if you get hit while you go to the trap, you insta down. So you really have to, because when you're over there, like when you're over here, the zombies from the stairs will pet to the small door. So that's why you really want to camp here, stay on this side, and then just run right all the way so that the zombies don't hit you while you go through the trap. And so here I go here and I cut back, and so the zombies that were in the balcony all go through the trap and die, and then I go back to kill the rest. And I see the last zombie in court, so I kill him. Very fast round. Alright, so here I decide to force. That's a great example of forcing. I call my buddies. I'm like, yeah. No, actually I just putting down the 2 last buddies to be sure that I have enough firepower. So I don't rebuild the court window, I just rebuild the broken wall window a little bit to help me out. So where I have to do, I was getting cut from the zombies that were coming from downstairs. But I do the loop around here because my broken wall window is rebuilded, so I know I can go around. And then I go to the Betty stack. You could have just went to the Betty stack right away here, but I did one more loop. So here I get a nuke. So when you get a nuke when forcing, like, trust me, you can never keep your nuke for like next round. It's not gonna happen on Verruckt. You cannot keep the nuke for next round. So trust me, you see a nuke when you force, you take it right away. And so you won't save much time with a nuke, but what it will do is it will actually make it so that this round was normal speed, right? Like it still was fairly fast, right? So you didn't lose time because you forced drops, because you got the nuke. And also the kill from the nuke can give you drops as well. So here I also got a max and insta, so I grabbed the max, and insta is the best drop, and max, I guess, the 2 best drops you can get. Insta will make you save a lot of time. So here I grab it. I wait a little bit to be sure to have it for like the entire round, just to be safe. And then, as we saw earlier, you play it in the middle there. So the important thing to remember is take the nukes right away when you force. Alright, so last example here, it's an example of like when you're forced to go to speed cola. So I'm doing the iron strat here. I'm in the 40s. so here I kill a zombie early, by the way. Sorry. So when you have a ray gun ammo, you can kill a zombie right away at the beginning of the round to try and get like possibly a drop from it. So like if you get a nuke, for example, it could be very good, or an insta, you can use it to end the round very fast. So yeah, that's something you can do. So here I stall a lot so that the zombie doesn't cut me off. Then I go around, and here, as you can see, I did the second loop, but I did a little bit too fast. It was just the circumstance, like I was forced to do it, and now the zombies are getting out and they're cutting me off. So here I don't have a choice, I have to go to speed cola. So when you go to speed cola, I do this, and here I go right away. Okay. So here what I do is I stall a lot so that all the zombies go through, and then I have a clear path to go. But sometimes when you try and come back here, Like, you have to be careful to very check here when you go to see if there's no zombies coming. And if there is, you have to like cut back and do another little cut back. But yeah, and then you activate trap right away, just like this. It's not very hard to go to speed cola, but the thing that's like, as you can see, there was a bunch of stuck zombies. And that's really the dangerous thing about going to speed cola. It's the stuck zombies. It happened to me before that while I was training at speed cola, the zombies just decided randomly to get unstuck. Especially if you're like shooting them with the flamethrower, some of them will die, and so there's a chance that the zombies get unstuck, and then there's a high chance you're gonna get fucked. That's it for my video about 50 SR. Of course, there's a lot more that you have to learn from practice and experience. I will also leave a Twitch collection of my best 50 SRs on the map in the description, so you have a lot of footage to learn from. Thanks for watching the second part of the series, and happy speedrunning!